Indubitably. Kinky. Indubitably. Kinky. I'll consume the living and the dead. I'll see to it. By Nerub. Kinky. Indubitably. Time is fleeting. Kinky. By Nerub. Indubitably. I'll consume the living and the dead. Indubitably. Kinky. I'll consume the living and the dead. By Nerub. Kinky. I'll consume the living and the dead. Indubitably. By Nerub. Indubitably. Feel the venom of Nerub. I'll see to it. I'll consume the living and the dead. Raid. By Nerub. Indubitably. Feel the venom of Nerub. Raid. I'll see to it. For the frozen throne. Kinky. I'll consume the living and the dead. I'll see to it. Kinky. By Nerub. I'll see to it. By Nerub. First blood. Feel the venom of Nerub. By Nerub. Kinky. By Nerub. I'll see to it. By Nerub. Kinky. I'll consume the living and the dead. My might cannot be matched. I serve only the frozen throne. Kinky. I'll consume the living and the dead. Indubitably. Kinky. I'll see to it. Kinky. By Nerub. Indubitably. I have heard the summons. Kinky. Indubitably. I'll see to it. Kinky. Indubitably. I'll consume the living and the dead. I'll see to it. Time is fleeting. I'll consume the living and the dead. Indubitably. I'll see to it. I'll consume the living and the dead. Indubitably. I'll consume the living and the dead. By Nerub. I'll consume the living and the dead. By Nerub. Kinky. Raid. I'll consume the living and the dead. By Nerub. Kinky. I'll consume the living and the Kinky. Indubitably. By Nerub. I'll consume the living and the dead. Indubitably. 'll see to it. Indubitably. Kinky. I'll see to it. Binary. I'll consume the living and the dead. Kinky. I'll consume the living and the dead. Feel the venom of Narub. Oblivion awaits. Feel the venom of Narub. I'll see to it. Kinky. Mild Narub. Rain. I'll consume the living and the dead. Feel the venom of Narub. Oblivion awaits. I'll consume the living and the dead. Kinky. Rain. I'll consume the living and the dead. Oblivion awaits. Kinky. Indubitably. I'll consume the living and the dead. For the frozen throne, by Nerub, I'll see to it. Indubitably, I'll consume the living and the dead. Indubitably, by Nerub. Speak. Kinky.
I wish only
My
to serve.
might cannot be matched. I'll consume the living and the dead. I'll see to it. I'll consume the living and the dead. Indubitably. By Nerub. I serve only the throne. I'll consume the living and the dead. By Nerub. I'll consume the living and the dead. I'll see to it. I'll consume the living and the dead. Indubitably. Killing spree. Double kill. The living and the dead. Feel the venom of Narub. I'll see to it. I'll consume the living and the dead. By Nerub. Kinky. By Nerub. I'll consume the living and the dead.
Hello.
Time is fleeting. I'll see to it. By Nerub. I'll consume the living and the dead. By Nerub. I'll consume the living and the dead. I'll see to it. By Nerub. Indubitably. I'll consume the living and the dead.